Hello, welcome to the Maker Lab. As you know, libraries have collections of information, often in print and multimedia. What you might not have known is the collection may include other things communities want to share, like Wi-Fi hotspots, baking pans, or even fishing poles. The Maker Lab is a collection of free and open source software, hobbyist manufacturing machines, how-to guides, and a community of visitors and makerspaces. We'll look at what you can make, what you can learn, and how you can take that further. We have 3D printers, electronic cutters and laser cutters, machines that sew, knit, and embroider, and a variety of small crafting tools. This is our display shelf. Here we have some functional and decorative objects like jewelry or screws and bolts or coasters. We have wood and plastic pieces, vinyl stickers, machine-drawn greeting cards, and printed 3D objects. In classes, everyone is making the same object with their own customizations. It helps us troubleshoot common issues as a group, and it shows you the steps involved in making something from start to finish. Let's check out some of the machines. This is a 40-watt laser cutter that cuts wood or plastic laser-safe material up to 1/4 inch thick, or etches the surface of thicker wood or plastic by burning the material with a thin infrared laser beam. The laser head moves left, right, backward, and forward, or along the X and Y axes. A beginner design is a keychain in Inkscape, a vector editing software. You can use the same process if you are making a coaster, an architectural model, or a wedding invitation. A 3D printer oozes thin layers of melted PLA plastic, a little like a hot glue gun, until it forms an object. The heat source moves along the X and Y axes, and the platform moves up and down along the Z axis, using 3 dimensions. A beginner design is a keychain in Tinkercad. You can use these same steps to make tools, jewelry, or adapters to everyday objects like a phone stand. The electronic cutter looks and moves a lot like a printer, with thin material like vinyl or cardstock sliding backward and forward on the Y-axis, and a small blade moving left and right on the X-axis. A beginner design is a sticker you can put on a laptop or iron onto a t-shirt. You can use these same steps to make a multicolor sticker, scrapbook embellishments, or stencils. Imagine a sculptor with a block of granite using a hammer and chisel to carve a shape out of the granite. The milling machine does something like this with a spinning drill bit head that moves left, right, backward, forward, up, and down, which is, you guessed it, XYZ axes. It cuts soft and medium hardness wood and plastic. A beginner design is a monogram tile designed in easel and cut out of 1/4 inch thick birchwood. You can use these same steps to carve a jewelry box, an address sign, or a coaster. On a computerized sewing machine, you adjust the stitch width and length depending on the fabric and purpose of the stitch. You have a forward stitch and back stitch for sturdy seam endings that won't unravel. A beginner design is a drawstring bag. You can use these same steps to create a mask, a tote bag, or mend a shirt. Embroidery machines create an image made of thread in 2 or more colors. We use it with Inkscape and Inkstitch, a plugin that converts a digital image into embroidery machine instructions. You secure the fabric in an embroidery hoop, which the machine moves on the X and Y axes to embroider the design. This knitting machine was made in the 1980s. The maker community created an adapter allowing it to be connected to a computer to receive new patterns. The knitting machine also has patterns stored on the onboard memory. You manually run the shuttle backward and forward on the X-axis with the yarn inside. The extended needles catch the yarn and create stitches. By applying a weight to the yarn, gravity pulls the rows along the Y-axis. As you can see, our collection of software and machines make it possible to create many versions of a design and versions of an object. A design doesn't always come out the way you expect it to, which is an opportunity to try again or try something different. The software we use is free or open source, and you can use them at home for free as well. YouTube has a range of videos that can help get you started, and we're here if you want to reach out. We mix up our schedule with guest workshops led by artists, makers, and crafters walking us through upcycling, linoleum carving, needle felting, and much more. We keep up with happenings at community spaces like Southside Hackerspace, the Chicago Tool Library, Pumping Station 1, educational spaces like Daly College's MTech, and entrepreneurial spaces like MHub and the Connectory. All of our spaces can't do everything, but together we can offer something for everyone. The Chicago Public Library has Maker Lab locations at the Woodson Regional Library and the Whitney Young Branch, with more planned, and we look forward to learning with you. Thanks for visiting.